Hi, this is Elizabeth Naylor, and today I'm going to talk about the first steps in the Young Living Compensation Plan, often called the accidental paycheck, and getting your oils paid for, and more. We're going to talk a bit today about some definitions that you would want to understand. We're going to talk about initial bonuses, real life examples that we'll work through, and then finally give you a peek ahead to the next steps of strategic growth. But first, let's look at the big picture. So with Young Living, we are a unique direct sales business in that truly the most important thing for you to do is fall in love with your oils. Really, anyone who's successful in the company loves their oils, they use their oils, and then they figure out a way to authentically talk about their oils. So once you do that, once you're using your oils, you're loving your oils, you're talking to people about them, your friend's curious, and your friend buys a premium starter kit, just like you did, and uses your member number. Well, you get a $50 thank you check. As long as you're spending 50 PV in that month, you get a $50 thank you check. So you at least pay for the oils that you're buying. And it's that simple. So some people, though, get so excited and tell so many friends that they start to get larger and larger checks. And then that's where looking at strategic growth comes in. So first we're going to talk about definitions. Definitions. An enroller is the person who actually enrolls. A sponsor is the person that the enrollee is placed directly under. That may be the same person. The enroller and sponsor is often the same person, but it doesn't have to be. Signing up as a member is equal to buying a premium starter kit. So they really mean the same thing. Anyone who buys a premium starter kit is a wholesale member and gets 24% off of everything else they purchase. Your PV is your personal volume, and that's generally the same as the dollar purchase. There are only a few accessories or really expensive oils that are subsidized that don't fit into that PV qualification, but mostly it's the dollar amount, the wholesale dollar amount of what you purchase. Initial bonuses are the ones that I've grouped into the bonuses that we look at first. It applies to anyone who's brand new or anyone who's been in the business for years. We all get those initial bonuses. Advanced bonuses really only apply to those who achieve the rank of silver or above. So then you say, well, what's silver? So silver rank will really be explained in the next strategic growth video, as will levels and legs, although I will mention it here, so I want you to understand that the level of the organization under you could also be called your leg. Basically, level 1 is directly under you, and level 2 will be under level 1, and so on and so on. So now we've got some basic definitions out of the way. Let's talk about the 3 initial bonuses. We're really going to focus on the fast start and the unilevel. The rising star is more about strategic growth, but we'll mention that because that is part of the beginning bonuses. So fast start is really for the enroller. The enroller, for 3 months after they enroll a new person, gets $50 for the new member who buys the premium starter kit, and then they get 25% of all additional purchases, PV, of their person that they just enrolled for 3 months. Okay? Now this is a 50 PV requirement, like we mentioned before, but you get that for a fast start bonus for anyone that you enroll. You also get 10% if one of your enrollees gets excited and tells their friends and enrolls someone. You get 10% of what they purchase for the first 3 months. So those are really the first 3 month enroller bonuses. After those first 3 months pass, then the sponsor is really, you're really paid based on where you are as a sponsor. So if I stay the sponsor, then my first level, I get paid 8%. And if I didn't, if I had a friend, my first level enrolled someone, then I get paid 8% on my first level, and I get paid 5% on the person that they enrolled. Okay, there's a 100 PV requirement to get that bonus. And so just pay attention to that. We'll talk more about that when we work through the real life examples. The Rising Star bonuses are really set up to get you thinking about strategic growth. And so they give you a bonus based on the volume basically in each of your legs on your first level. And so there's a 100 PV requirement that has to be on Essential Rewards. So it's taken it one step further. But this is for people who are at the beginning stages of the business. And you can see that if you get shares in this, and this is a bonus paid out on shares. I'm not going to take that into consideration when we work through these examples because it just adds a whole other layer of complication that I think most people really understand, focusing on Fast Start and Unilevel first. So let's do some math. Month one, so let's say month one, you buy your premium starter kit. You have 3 friends who sign up with your member number, and one of those friends gets excited and buys a few additional oils. And so you get the 3 times $50 is $150 plus 25% of that $100, and that's $25. And so your thank you check is $175. So you just paid for your starter kit. This is a great way to think about getting started and having your oils paid for. And then what happens in month 2 is you're still excited. You're going to spend 50 PV because you love your oils. You want to order something new. But you have 2 friends that sign up with your member number. And then one of those friends buys some additional. 3 of those friends from month 1 order more because they're loving their oils. And then 1 friend from month 1 signs up 3 friends under her with her member number. And so it's 2 times $50 for your new people, 25% of the 200 extra they ordered, 25% of the 240 from month 1, 10% of those 3 new people that signed up under your friend who you enrolled. And so your thank you check is $240. Now, I want to point out that in month 2, I said you have to spend a minimum of 50 PV to get Fast Start bonuses, and that's technically correct, but you do want to understand that if you're eligible for Rising Star, or you wouldn't be eligible for Unilevel yet, but if you're eligible for Rising Star, you're going to miss those bonuses if you're not spending 100 PV. So you just want to keep an eye on that. Month 3, same story, just a few different numbers. Your thank you check is $375. And then month 4, you share with some more friends, and your friends from previous months are still ordering, but your month 1 friends have fallen off the Fast Start bonuses and now they're in the Unilevel. And so really the only difference with that is you have a minimum of 100 PV requirement to get those Unilevel bonuses. And you'll see you're at the bottom of this list, month 1 friends ordered 400 PV, and so you get 8% of that. Your total thank you check is $557. So it's pretty simple once you get started, but let's do some fast track math, because I know some people get started and they're like, I really love this. I think I could do this as business. And so month 1, they share with 5 friends, and they have 3 friends order substantially more addition. And so their thank you check is $375. Same math, same situation. Month 2, minimum of 50 PV, unless you're looking at those Rising Star bonuses. And you're just sharing with more people. And you have 8 friends sign up with your member number. You have some of them order additional PV. You have people from month 1 ordering, and 2 friends from month 1 sign up 5 of their friends with a member number. So people are excited about the oils, and their thank you check is $725. Same thing keeps going in month 3 with your thank you check up to $1,060. Month 4, you again drop off those friends from month 1 in your Fast Start bonus, and so they're in your Unilevel bonus, so you get 8% of that, and your check is $1,102. So that's really the math behind getting started quickly in the Young Living business. So, two documents that are really important for you to know about. The first is the Young Living Income Disclosure Statement, and you can Google that and find the PDF. I've got the link down here at the bottom. But basically, what it's telling you is that the ranks that you've just heard me talking about a little bit, it'll give you the average income and the annualized average income. This is the monthly income average, and this is the annualized average income. And so you can see, as I mentioned earlier, most people use the oils, love the oils. There's 93% of people who are a Pureit distributor, and they are members and they love their oils, but they're not necessarily doing anything to pay for their oils. And then you go down from there and you can see that some of the revenue, some of the benefits is extremely lucrative. The second document is the Young Living Compensation Plan. And you also can Google that and get a PDF and print this out and study it. It's a bit complicated, and so I'm trying to simplify it for you. But you'll see in the Creating a Foundation section, these are the initial bonuses that we just talked about. That's where all of that is. That's what I just made sense of for you. Okay. Next, in the next strategic session for growing your business, we're going to make sense of these higher ranks as you move up and how you want to structure your business and your team to reach those ranks and to earn those bonuses. Again, this is the Young Living Compensation Plan, and you can Google that and print that out. So one of the things we want to keep in mind as we take a sneak peek into the next steps of strategic growth is that in order to get to the very top of the income levels with Young Living, you really only need to build under 6 business people. If you build under 6 business people, if you find 6 business people who are at your level 1 who say, yes, I love this, I want to do this as a business at some level, then you help build under those 6 people and they share, then what you're going to find is that that's all you need. Now, most people end up with a lot more than 6 at their first level because you don't really know how that's going to work out. But let's say you get started and Abigail and Brittany tell you, I'm really interested in this as a business. So you put some people under Abigail, and then you put some more people under her, and then you put more people under her, and then you put some people under Brittany. And then what happens over the course of a few months is that you recognize that the people that have starred are actually excited about the business. They're sharing the business. They're putting their own people there. And you start to see, okay, well, these are the people who are really serious. So Abigail is taken off, and she's got some great people under her that she put there and some people that you put there, but she's doing great. Brittany is not really sure. She's not really sure she wants to do it. She hasn't quite figured it out yet. She's still thinking about it. It's got to fit in her life authentically. But there's someone under her who's really excited and taking off. And so, you're mentoring everybody, right? You're continuing to have conversation with Brittany. You're mentoring the person under her. But lo and behold, out there, out of nowhere, Dawn and Faith are excited about the business. And they've actually signed up a couple of people who are also excited about the business, and they want to have a class or a party or a get together, and they want you to come help them. So that happens all the time, that you never really know who's going to get excited and who is not. So I'm going through this scenario to say there's strategy involved with it, but don't get yourself too crazy, because life just rolls along and things change, and you're never really sure in the beginning or even a few months in who's going to really take off and who's not. You don't know what their life circumstances are going to be, and so you just have to follow through with supporting the people on your team. Some ideas, though, when I think about who I want as my level 1 business legs, I want people I like. I want people that I want to work with who are positive, people that I trust. I want people clearly who are interested in the business at some level. They don't have to be really take on the world interested. They just need to be interested at some level, and they need to be willing to buy 100 PV. because if they don't buy 100 PV, they don't qualify as one of your legs. And so you really want to keep that in mind. Your best friend who never spends money on anything, and this is going to be a struggle from beginning to end, might be a struggle for you at your front leg. I prefer that they're on essential rewards because then I know that the order is going to go through. I also look for people who round out my skill set. So I look for people who have skills in other areas that I am lacking, because when they're on your team, you work together as a team. And it just makes it more fun and interesting if you bring different skills to the table. And then, of course, they have to, over time, demonstrate commitment and demonstrate results. What I will tell you, though, is that there's a dance with that, right? If they love their essential oils and they're telling their friends about it, you might have a business talk with them and say, hey, would you be interested in, doing this as a business to at least pay for your oils or maybe more? And they say, sure. And you put a member under them, they enroll a friend, they continue to love their oils, they continue to share, and you continue to have the next level business talk. So it's not a one-time conversation set in stone. It is a dance that continues to evolve. But getting back to where we were at the beginning, is that the big picture is that you really want to love your oils, you want to use your oils, and you want to talk about your oils authentically with the people in your life. And you want the people under you to do the same thing and to support them in doing that. And that is the big picture of how to be successful. So thank you for joining us for this beginner video, The Accidental Paycheck. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.